Good then, the short and pretty easy to play solo to No Excuses by Jerry Cantrell and Alice in Chains from Jar of Flies. We are tuned down 1/2 step for this tutorial, and here's your tuning. Now this track is predominantly acoustic, and we're coming out of the acoustic progression, the main riff progression leading into the solo, right? It's just A major to B major. Just over and over again. Right? The bass is kind of carrying the melody here, not so much the guitar, and because that's pretty much all the guitar is doing, just going from A to B. And leading into the solo, we're going to drop off to G to kind of kickstart the solo. Back to A, and then back to B. Back to A, G, back to A, and then off to E. Right, E major. And that's what we're soloing over. And we're soloing in B, kind of using the B blues scale over B major, and we're adding the major sixth here. So it's kind of a mix of major and minor here. We're also bending up to the blue note, the flat fifth there. So like I said, it's kind of a mix of major and minor going on here. So the solo starts like this. So we're on the 12th fret of the high E string, we're going to pull off to 10. Grab the 12 of the B, quickly back to the 10 of the high E, and then back to that 12 again. Simple little lick. Then you're going to grab the 9 of the G, little half step bend release, back to the natural note, pick it, and then off to 7. Right? And then we're going to go back and play pretty much the exact same thing that we did to start the solo, but with a slight melodic variation. There's a little pause before you go back down to that 10 again, right? The first time when you go on to that 10, up to that 12, you're doing it very quickly. The next time there's a little pause, right? So the first time, it's right from 10 to 12, right? And then into that bend. The second time, there's a slight pause there before you go off to that 10 and then back onto that 12, right? And then we're going to drop into a double stop here on the 7s of the G and the B for a slow full step bend. Right, so as you're bending those, the G string is going to go up a full step, but the B string is only going to go up a half step. It's kind of what bending double stops do, right? So that's the intro to the solo. And then we're into this. Just classic blues licks, right? We're going to bend this 9 of the G, grab this double stop here on the 7s, on the upstroke, and you kind of repeat it twice. And then a quick little bend release of that 9 off to 7. And we're going to drop onto a double stop on the 9s, G and the B, little bend release, bend release. Second one, you're going to release off to a double stop on the 7s. And then finish with a double hit on that 9 of the D. And then you're going to hang on that for like a 3 count, and then we're going to drop back onto the double stop on the 9s. Nice slow full step bend. And then you're going to grab a double stop on the 7, hammer onto a double stop on the 9, back off to the 7. And then just to finish up the solo, you're going to catch a little double stop on the 7s of the high E and the B and just let them ring, right? So that's the solo. And there you have it. That is how you play the solo to No Excuses by Jerry Cantrell and Alice in Chains. Certainly hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. And if you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you. And we will see you next time.